Pakistan is now in the midst of an all-out military, diplomatic and economic offensive against India. Pakistan has mobilized its troops, repeatedly violated the LOC ceasefire and even blocked the movement of economic goods across the LOC. It's refused to explain its actions and is now actively seeking international intervention to escalate the issue. The most blatant provocation has come from the Pakistan military after a fresh ceasefire violation all through yesterday night. Sources in Pakistan have now confirmed to us that the country has begun mobilizing its army units, which are being moved to forward areas and along the LOC. Unconfirmed reports also suggest that leaves in some forward units have been cancelled. Given Pakistan's blatant violations, should India suspend the ceasefire to allow its troops to respond?
I don't want to jump into a conclusion, but this kind of occasional ceasefire violation and firing, it's a cause of serious concern to us. Even though the violence level inside Kashmir has come down compared to the past, but attempted infiltration is increasing.
See, in winters, the passes in Kashmir, the other infiltrating routes get closed because of the snow. The passes are snowbound, and LOC in Poonch Rajouri, we don't see that kind of snowfall here. So it leaves this is the only option available to them. So they make these attempts. Similarly, in other areas, the fencing has been very effective. I'll not say the fencing has not been effective here. Fencing has been very effective here also. But we have certain villages where certain inhabited areas which are beyond the fence also. Because sometimes the fence is 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers short of LOC. So we have inhabited areas which are beyond fence also. But primarily, it is the terrain and the weather which is conducive for infiltration, especially in the winter.
For a nation eyeing expanding trade with India, Pakistan has also sealed the LOC border crossings for trade. At least 25 Indian trucks carrying vegetables were stopped from crossing over. At least 65 other trucks have been left stuck at the border crossing. So the question, with Pakistan having already violated key confidence-building measures, is India misplaced in justifying the dialogue?
और हमें दोनों मुल्कों को इस बात पर हमारा इत्तेफाक है आपस में कि हमें जो डायलॉग का प्रोसेस चल रहा है उसके साथ चलना चाहिए और ये दोनों मुल्कों के हक में है कि ये रिकंसाइलेशन का प्रोसेस, डायलॉग का प्रोसेस जो है ये फर्दर आगे जाए. तो इसलिए जो हमारी ऑफिशियल पोजीशन है वो आपके सामने आ गई है. हमारी फॉरेन ऑफिस ने इस पर अपना रिएक्शन दे दिया है.
Pakistan incidentally has also raised the stakes diplomatically in the latest escalation, summoning the Indian ambassador to the country. That's the second time the Indian envoy has been summoned by the Pakistan government in the last week alone. Pakistan has also suspended the major CBM of the Cross LOC passenger bus. Islamabad is already looking to escalate the issue by demanding international intervention. And that leaves us with the question, has India conceded the diplomatic advantage by sounding defensive and downright soft?
कल रक्षा मंत्री जी ने और विदेश मंत्री जी ने भी इस बात को व्यक्त किया है. सरहद पे जो हुआ वो अमानवीय था. उसका पुरजोर शब्दों में हमने खंडन किया है और उसको बहुत गंभीरता से लिया है. और जहां तक उस सवाल का ताल्लुक है कि फौज के पास सशस्त्रों की कमी है, इस बात में कोई दम नहीं है, इसमें कोई तथ्य नहीं है. आज जो गंभीर मसला हमारे सामने है वो इस बात को लेकर है कि हमारे एक फौजी जवान के साथ अमानवीय ज्यादती की गई थी और उसको बहुत गंभीरता से और बहुत संवेदनशीलता से भारत सरकार ने लिया है.
The situation on the line of control has just gone to the next level, with the United Nations Military Observers Group on India and Pakistan deciding now to institute a probe into what happened on January the 6th based on an official complaint by Pakistan. At that time, a Pakistani unit had fired upon the Indian 9 Maratha light infantry unit that was deployed on the border on the line of control. They fired back, and a Pakistan Army Nayak Aslam was apparently killed in the crossfire. Now, but will the United Nations broaden the scope of its probe to also include what happened in this very sector across the line of control just 2 days later on January the 8th, when a Pakistan Army unit transgressed across the line of control, came into Indian territory and killed 2 Lance Nayaks of the 13 Rajputana Rifles, even beheading one of them. The fact is, the ceasefire agreement between India and Pakistan has been a joke, and it has been 10 years since that agreement was actually signed. The fact is, and the question is for the United Nations, will they also take into account just what a violation of the ceasefire agreement between India and Pakistan the Pakistan Army has actually made a modus operandi a standard operating procedure. With camera person Dinesh Lal in Mendhar sector on the line of control, Shiv Arur for Headlines Today.
It is quite clear from our side that at no point in time did any of the Pakistani forces violate or cross the LOC. As such, the concerns that are being expressed here in the media are denied emphatically.
There is an incident on Pakistani side which was quoted and which was reported in the media, and our Foreign Office called the Indian High Commissioner and agitated or protested against that incident. Now, on Indian side, if there is some allegation, we have to look into it.
We followed the mechanism. We have a commitment to abide by the ceasefire, and to pursue mechanisms which exist to be able to deal with issues like this and problems like this. And these are 2 countries which have had immense problems in the past. So let me just say that, and unfortunately, as I was reading a Reuters report last evening, there were contradictory statements coming in. Their Northern Army commander was saying there was no decapitation, there was no beheading. Somebody, very responsible sources were saying there was, and then there was, yes, unfortunately, very strong statements.